presented by Mark Wagon, featuring Mystery Meal and a former Rose from County Kerry in the mystical land of Erda.
Welcome back to the Weekly Rose. How's it going, guys? How the hell are you? How are your hearts? And of course, how are your heads? Guys, what's going on? How are you doing? This is a very, very special episode of the Weekly Roast. It's the Weekly Rose. Unfortunately today, our beloved Mystery Mick has been swept away by life. However, in his replacement, big bloody shoes to fill, my friends, I have the one, the only, the arguably the best freelance journalist in Irish literary history, okay? All the way from the kingdom in Kerry. She drove up this morning at 4 o'clock. Her name is Aideen O'Connell. She was originally the Rose, the Kerry Rose, in 2022, and she's here to talk to you and us and me all about the Rose of Tralee. Aideen.
Mark.
How are we?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm nervous.
What is your biggest fear of today?
That they'll come after me.
They're already after you. Form an orderly queue. They'll have to remove the pitchforks from my anus and go for yours. Bit early to be talking about anuses. Nevertheless,
go with it.
If I was an imbecile, I know, probably not too hard to imagine. If I was a complete idiot, how would you describe the Rose of Tralee? Like, what exactly is it?
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Rose of Tralee is basically this festival that takes place in Tralee, County Kerry every year.
So you're calling it a festival rather than a beauty pageant?
Yes, it wouldn't be a beauty pageant.
In some people's eyes, the Rose of Tralee, of course, and we're not going to have the conversation about
so stupid, lads. Pick another conversation to have.
Like, what are your opinions? Just to be clear, we're having the conversation where what do people say to you, like the critics?
They will usually be like, it's outdated, it's demeaning to women, that kind of thing. And I'm like, lads, honestly, that's so insulting to the girls that enter it. Like this year alone, I think there's 4 of those girls are mothers. One of them works in STEM. The other, I think, like there's teachers, there's engineers, there's an electrician. Like there's every year, there's such a wide range of girls there. And like all they're doing is getting up and talking about themselves. I don't see what's so bad about that. They're not in like bikinis. They're not in anything that you could say is demeaning to women. They're literally just getting up on a stage. They do a bit of a talent if they can. And they have an amazing week. I just think, can we, like I saw they were talking about Pat Kenny recently as well. I was like, can we talk about something else? Can we, like, I know they do it every single year.
They have to, yeah.
But I actually found it, I was insulted. Yeah. I was like, what are you saying? I'm a lovely girl. And you know what? What's wrong with being called a lovely girl?
Yeah, exactly.
It's your personality. That's what it's for, you know?
Okay, so 33 girls, each rosier than the next.
Yeah.
Okay. A few thorns along the way, says you. Brilliant.
Like myself.
Yeah. But, so 33 girls from where?
They used to bring, I think, like 66 roses.
Okay.
So the way they used to do it before is there used to be kind of like almost like a knockout stage.
Love it.
Before you got to the live show. And they stopped that because I think a girl didn't get picked one year and she actually jumped out of one of the floats at the Rose of Tralee and like ran off because she found out she wouldn't be on the live show, but she still had to come down to the festival.
That's reasonable enough.
Yeah, I would do that too. Like lads,
it's like if you've been booted out of the Big Brother house, don't be coming back next week, Ahmed. Like, it's over. It's
kind of embarrassing to have to come down and like present yourself as a Rose and then to turn around to your family. It's like being in the X Factor being like, I didn't make the live show.
It's like whenever if you're on first dates and the person says, you go, yeah, I'd like to see her again. I think we got along very well. You know, I'd like to meet her for a drink or maybe go for... No, I wouldn't be interested. No, cool, great, yeah, delighted. No, me neither. And then you have to sit there and you can just see the solitary tear in his eye drip down the cheek because he's got 3 daughters at home now watching, hiding behind the couch.
Like, I would have done the same thing. I think she actually hopped off the floats, which are big, and then hopped the barrier and just like ran off, which is so dramatic and I absolutely love it. But they used to do that, so then they stopped. So it's 33 girls. They come from America, Australia.
So you don't have to have an Irish passport. Let's do the top line stuff. You don't need to be Irish.
You have to have Irish descent.
Okay, but how vague is that like?
I think that's very vague. Like, that's great grandparents.
Okay.
They don't look into it. Like, they're not doing like blood tests on you.
Yeah. What's the brief timeline? Because we're going to have to get into, let's be honest, the sordid smut. That's what, like, this is all just faff.
That's what people want to hear.
We're circling the drain here in polite conversation, but people want the filth. They want the escort sex stuff. We'll get to that. But first, just give us the process, the timeline of when you were notified. Because obviously, I'm assuming to be the Kerry Rose, that's like That's a hard rose to get. I'm assuming that it's easier to be like the Rose of Dunleary.
Oh yeah, big time. The Kerry Rose it's a real honour. Like, it is a bit of a privilege because you're the home rose, but there's a lot of pressure that comes from being the Kerry Rose. And it's the one rose that's picked that actually has like duties for the whole year. A lot of them will stop once Tralee is finished.
Right.
And they'll just go back to normal life, where I had to continue going to like nursing homes and schools.
Oh, they really squeeze you, don't they?
Really squeeze you.
How much Bunsen burner are we talking for that? Joking aside, is there cash involved?
No,
but
I
there
was
is.
broke after it. I actually was broke. I would have got sponsored with stuff, and I would have won a lot of prizes when I got the Kerry Rose.
Okay.
There is a cost, like dresses, makeup. Well, I got makeup in here for the year, but there was things like that added up along the way. You know, you do a bit of travel. You're in the car a lot.
That's not. You don't get to expense that.
No.
Okay, so talk me through. So when did your journey start?
So 2022. Look, when you grow up in Kerry, I'm 20 minutes from Tralee. I always maybe had it in the back of my head, I'd lovely to be a rose. But it was really my mother. My mother was an obsessive of the Rose of Tralee. She cried every year the rose was crowned.
Love
She
it.
really wanted my cousin Orla to be a rose, but Orla refused. That really pissed her off. So then when I kind of came of age and I was at home kind of after COVID, someone had mentioned to me along the way, they're like, you should enter it. And then I was kind of like, I'm a writer.
Yeah. Take yourself seriously.
I'm a serious writer, lads. I don't have time for this.
That's sort of the equivalent of me releasing a book last year, calling myself a writer and then selling a mattress. Welcome back to Emma Mattresses. Good stuff, Mark. That'll get you the Pulitzer. You know.
I had an image I was thinking I was upholding, and I was like, someone did say, they were like, I didn't think you'd do it. They were like, doesn't seem like you. But anyway, Mom, it was my mom.
That's lovely. And by the way, like, I hope you don't mind me mentioning, obviously, your mother passed away recently.
Yeah, she died about 6 weeks ago. So a lot of emotions around this time of year because I'm thinking about them. Memories are kind of rushing back, but it was her. And I think now the reason that I was meant to do it was because of all that time we had together. But she, on deadline day, which was like the last day you could enter it, I was humming and hawing and I was like, I'm not doing it, Mom. I'm too busy writing list skills about
the top 10 faux places in Gardiner Street. There's one.
Talking about chicken fillet rolls and stuff. I was like, Mom, I'm too busy, girl. I've got things to do. So then she said, oh, okay. And I just remember her face. She looked absolutely heartbroken. So I said, I'll do it, whatever. So I did that. So that was the May. And before that, there would have been a tour around Kerry, which I missed because I was travelling with work. So I missed all that, didn't meet any of the girls. So I kind of rocked up on interview day. So you haven't. So
the selection process is an interview.
It's an interview before the show. So like,
who interviews you?
There was three. I had a former Rose of Tralee. There was an auctioneer from Tralee.
And Dahi with the measuring tape.
Dahi with the measuring tape, like, you tall enough.
Inner seam, girls. No, brilliant. That's completely slanderous. It's also not true.
And I think it was like a lecturer from MTU. I think she was one of the other judges. So you go into, it was in the Meadowlands that day, and they just ask you, you fill out an application form, just talk about yourself, really basic questions. Did that, and then we had a group interview, which is how you kind of show how you communicate in a group, and if you're going to overtake, that can hate it.
That is, by the way, as somebody who craves and borderline survives on attention and reassurance, that is my worst nightmare. Having to go, and by the way, I sit in a lot of rooms where you have to say your name, okay? But the idea of being in one of these rooms where it's like, we're all going to go around and say a fun fact about ourselves, that is, shoot me.
Yeah. And as well, I'd be like you, like, I crave attention. So, like, I was very aware that, like, I was probably...
Yeah.
And these girls hadn't a clue who I was. And they were like, who is your one coming in?
So, what sort of questions do they ask you in the interview process?
I think in the individual one, it was just kind of like about your schooling, about your work, why you wanted to enter, like, something about your area that you love, that kind of thing. I remember they asked me about John B. Keane because I was from Listowel, and I remember giving a really good answer. I was like, you know, when you grow up in Listowel, you're growing up with the ghosts of some of the greatest writers in Ireland, you know, John B. Keane, Brian McMahon. I was like, I was reaming it off.
That is beautiful. The ghosts in the wind.
Yeah. And I was like, that's how, when I'm writing, like, I can feel them. Which sounds wrong.
No, it doesn't.
It's really bad. But I had that off. And then the group interview, then it just like, I think it was social media. How bad is social media, that kind of thing. And then we were just kind of hopping ball.
Sorry?
Hopping ball off each other.
What is it? Can we revert to English, please? Hopping ball. Speaking of John B. Keane, she's a fine wedge of a woman, but she's a bit red between the legs. Can she milk? Isn't that a line? The field, Bird O'Donnell.
I think so. For like hopping ball, you know, me and the girls talk about social media and how like toxic it is. So then that finishes. And I think usually, unless they're really stuck, they'll have the winner picked before the live show.
So you've done the interview. So you're selected as the Kerry Rose.
But I still have to do the live stage.
On the night.
Yeah, on the night.
But sorry, in terms of the interview when it's just you, how many people are competing to be the Rose?
There was, it depends. Sometimes you might have 9. I think I had like maybe 26
Okay.
on my night. So then you do your live shows on in Sheensatira. I was the last on. I sang. That was my talent.
What did you sing?
I sang The Land of the Gale.
Okay.
Oh, man, I'm such a cliche.
You're going to have to do us at least 3 bars of it, but also there's 2 of us in this studio and I'm not going to be able to not cringe, so I'm going to have to put my head between my legs or stand into the corner. Can you just go and do it? I'll close my eyes. I'm actually getting red thinking about this.
I'm dead serious.
Please start singing. Wait there. Go for it.
Am I actually singing?
Just go for it.
Sure, I wish I was westward of Dingle, on the golden sands of Bilbon. Actually,
That's absolutely beautiful. No notes.
do you think it's going to be bad?
Bula bus.
There we go.
The cheeks will be less crimson in around 6 days, but that was genuinely fabulous.
I cringe, but it's such a cliche. Like, I was like, yeah, singing the old trad tune. Dahi was the MC on the night, so went through all that. Honest to God, now, I really didn't think they'd pick. Like, I really didn't think they picked me. Like, there was fabulous girls there that night. I was like, I'm not going to be picked. And lo and behold, names called out.
And you were picked.
Boom.
Fabulous. In terms of the escorts, do you get to choose or do you have any role to play in who your escort is?
No, you do an interview, a separate interview, usually on the day you meet RTE. So, like, you'll have meetings with RTE before the tour starts.
Right.
Because the producers want to get to know you because they're planning out the show.
Okay.
And you'll also meet the escort team that day as well. And then they will interview you and they will pick an escort based on who they think will suit you best.
But your escort will be from Kerry, right?
No, anywhere.
Oh, really?
Mine was from Wicklow. So I was told I wouldn't get any. I don't think I would have got a Kerry boy because as the home rose. But the reason that they put my lovely escort was Dara from Wicklow. Dara was in the army, I think. I got that wrong. But he was given to me because they said I wouldn't shut up. And if I was down the street and I needed to be somewhere on time, I wouldn't leave because I'd be talking to people. And Dara was obviously in the army.
Yeah.
And it was time schedule, so he'd be able to pull me out. So that's why I got him.
Very good. Let's get to the event then.
So,
The sequence of the evening.
right, whole weekend we had a ball our year, which now has finished. You have the parades, which are amazing. You have parades on Saturday and Sunday. You have pub touring with your family. So all that happens on the Saturday and the Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday is the live shows. Terrifying for everyone. I was so nervous. Like, and I would have done TV stuff before, but to think of the magnitude and the amount of people who are watching you, it is terrifying, and you don't know what could go wrong. And then also on my night, so the Monday night, I was on the Tuesday night. Kerry Rose is usually on the Tuesday night, which is nicer because you watch the girls on the Monday and it kind of calms you down. And the girls then who were on the Monday night usually go on a big session in the rooms on the Monday evening because they're finished.
Okay.
So they don't have to worry about Tuesday, whereas we had to go to bed, like you're put to bed at like 1 o'clock or something.
Sorry, by who?
The escorts. Well, they don't put you into bed, but they will tell you, come on.
And what's this about? Like, is there a lot of like hijinks going on then? People sneaking across rooms?
Not really. The escorts are in a totally different accommodation. All the girls are together.
Okay.
And you kind of be swapping in each other's rooms, like just to chat and stuff like that. But you're put to bed at 1 o'clock, and like if you want to go to the toilet, like you have to tell your escort.
What?
He like brings you to the toilet.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
How? Is there not toilets in the rooms?
No, like sorry. In the rooms, it's fine. You can obviously go to the
Where the fuck are they putting you? Like the cattle sheds out the side of Tralee?
In public. So if you were like in the hotel and you're like, you need to go to the bathroom.
This is, it's not prehistoric at all.
No.
We just have to ask the men, can we piss?
I would go to Darren and be like, Darren, I need to go to the toilet. Sorry, it sounds
Darren, I just had the Vindaloo. I'm going to need to go. Like, this is barbarism.
And then Dara would take my hand and...
So I'd ask Dara, could I go to the Jacks? And Dara has a bucket in the back of his Audi. And he makes me... Do you know what I mean?
Thinking about it now, bit wild.
What do you mean? So you go to Dara, Dara, I need to go to the
I
Jacks.
go to the toilet, yeah.
And then he's what, waiting outside with a stopwatch?
Dara's waiting outside with your bag. Outside.
Here.
Yeah. Because the idea, what they told us is, if you're in the hotel where there'll be a lot of like kids and stuff who want autographs, and if you are, it's all time, like it's like boom boom.
Yeah.
Clock here, 11 o'clock. You can't get stopped. So the boys are in place to like protect you.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
you-
They have the women's interests at heart.
Women's interests at heart, you know.
Well, would you look who just walked in the door? If it isn't our beloved Mystery Mick. Hello, Michael.
Hello, guys. How are we?
Michael, this is Aideen.
Hi, Aideen. How are you?
A little better late than ever.
Look, I do my best.
Nevertheless, welcome back to the Weekly Roast. We're here. We're doing the Roast of Tralee. Now, in order to move forward, okay, I think we have to get into, let's be honest, the smut.
Okay.
We've gotten a good sense now of how the whole thing works, okay? Sorry, Aideen, who's your money on this here?
There's a few. I've three. I've whittled down to three. Kerry Rose, Ottawa, and Carlo.
And why?
Kerry Rose, like her, I know Irish, really sound.
Yeah.
Ottawa, I saw one video of her, but I picked it up. She seems like a rose. Carlo, just get the vibe from her.
What's the hack? What's the ultimate hack?
There's no hack to it. Just betting them all.
Just, would you actually throw a few bob on it?
I did, and I was giving out so much theory I did it because I was like, we're not animals, and then once I came out of it, I backed 10 of them last year.
Pocket full of
But
fivers.
I had
You
New
backed
Zealand.
10 of
I
them?
backed 10 of them, and then I had New Zealand because I never, like, I hadn't seen her. I didn't like think she'd get it. Then I saw her on screen, and I was like, oh man, she's going to win it. I put 20 on her,
And what you win?
14 to 1. So what did I get?
That's decent.
Yeah,
I might try gambling.
do the outsiders.
No, you won't. You absolutely won't, Mark.
Gambling was never one of my afflictions. Why not?
Let's not do that.
Let's give that a lash.
Did to gambling on the Rose of Tralee.
So, we have Mystery Mick has been given temporary access to my DMs.
Okay.
And as one might imagine, my DMs are a sorted enough place on the receiving end, thank God, right? Rather than the outgoing messages. And we want to bring these, so this will give you an insight into the sort of DMs that I get from people, but also people's experiences as either entrance to the Rose of Tralee or their knowledge of the Rose of Tralee or stories that they have heard about the Rose of Tralee. And we would sort of like to gauge your reaction to these situations. Okay, look, let's get into it.
Let's go. Well, in my year one of the UK Rose has got a boob job, especially for Tralee.
Wait, that's a mental thing to do.
Fair fucks to her.
I mean, sorry, fair fucks to anybody for getting a boob job.
But for the Rose of Tralee,
But for the
she was really going for it.
surely chicken fillet would be a cheaper option,
Yeah, a fairly, I suppose, permanent fixture for like a temporary competition.
which wouldn't be like you to do anything like that.
No, of course not.
She's taking a chance here though because you know the way people are so judgy. Like if she was very booby on the night, that would straight away on Twitter.
Would that be bad, you think?
I bawled my eyes. I'm
What?
so embarrassing.
on.
But I tried on my dress. It was my TV dress, and it was really booby. And I remember bawling and crying because I was like, they're going to just talk about my tits all night. No one mentioned my tits. So that's embarrassing. Why did I bring that up? That was an over story.
But would you say the judges would be pro or anti-boob?
I'd say anti-boob. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't really be.
Are
No.
judges allowed to have an opinion on the boobs?
Obviously not. They're not going to go now over to die. Well, the tits on Milwaukee are a bit big there. No, I much prefer a sort of subtle bust, and that's why the Hawaiian Rose. She's my flavour. Favours. Okay, let's
But
go.
I'll tell you what, this one goes on a bit, right?
Yeah.
She says
So she got a fake. She got boob jobs.
she was disgusted when she didn't win, and she spent the evening saying after the announcement, going around pointing at her chest, saying, "Well, these aren't worth the money." So
Well,
it didn't work out.
So she's an all-round, well-balanced individual.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Yeah, she must get. Is she a bit confused? Like she must have got confused between like Miss World, Rose of Tralee.
Oh, maybe.
You know,
the
maybe
shots
she
are-
thought that it was that the tits would get her.
Yeah.
Was one of the Irish people not on Miss World?
Rosanna Davison won.
Yeah, she won
Miss
Miss
World.
World. It was actually on Reeling in the Ears the other night.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, I say she must have been like 19.
Mm.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly, she also said the lads always had a mock court at the end of the whole thing and give out fines. The most random one I remember is for the fella who bleached his asshole,
No.
especially for Tralee. Call me naive, but is that a thing? Christ.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Where are these people? I was like terrified that someone's going to send in a story about me.
No.
Yeah.
That is not me.
This was a guy that bleached his asshole.
Yeah.
One of the escorts.
Yeah.
Again, he's getting confused. Like,
Maybe he's just gone for like a head to toe beauty treatment and that was part of the package.
What are you, Jerome Russell for men? Be
You're
blonde.
Like, we're trying to figure out what.
Bleaching your asshole.
Yeah.
he must think the girls are really into freaky shit.
Sorry, Michael. How long have you been living in Los Angeles as a struggling actress? Bleaching your asshole. How long have you been hanging around the Equinox, trying to ride a tech unicorn, a billionaire? Bleaching your anus.
Is this a Dublin thing?
Yeah, it's grown up in Dunleary. It's like the way Jews get.
Where are we going with this
Rite of
one?
passage.
The way Jews get circumcised. South Dublin boys get their asses bleached. So,
It's a rite of passage.
oy vey. Oi, get no. Let's go.
Oh, let's move on. Okay.
Ugh.
Can we roast the roses I lived with? One for a year, and my God, she was the biggest dose of shit. She was a terrible housemate, never left her room, which smelled. We knew she was home from the skid marks in the shared toilet, and her food constantly went off in the fridge. Bills always paid late too.
Okay.
I know her.
What's this? You're there panicking now. What do you mean that? Like, this has got nothing to do with the Rose of Tralee. Somebody leaving skid marks on
Like a burn book.
This is just bullying, by the way. And there was a lot of that. A lot of people were messaging going like, the Kildare Rose in 2004 is a cunt. Thanks for that, Sarah. I'll make sure to include that.
Maybe that, I presume the girl wrote in.
Yeah.
Maybe she wanted to be in the roses and she wasn't picked.
Is it
Will it be
possible that Rose is getting notions? Did she think she was too good to clean up the house and kind of
And
like? Do you get a few big
leave skid marks in
personalities?
the toilet.
Leave
No, I'm not Jesus. I'm not condoning the behaviour, but like, would you get a few big personalities?
Oh, yeah.
Surely, anyway, if she's left them in the toilet, she could do something to get rid of them. Like a piss from a rose. No?
Yeah.
Instead of kiss from a
you
rose.
probably would. You pick out one or two because you're with these.
Seal.
Bit of seal.
The seal of a Wednesday.
You're with these girls, I suppose, for like. I was with them 10 days. You're with them like 2 weeks, so you do get to know them. Like, it is kind of like you're living with the girl in the hotel room.
Oh, so it's like, Anya, nice to know about your parents' divorce. Have a look at the tracks I left in the jacks down on hole number 4. Oh, yeah. So when was it, Mark? You said you came to puberty late. Yeah, like, it was pretty hard, actually. I was 13. I still didn't really have many pubes. And listen, I had 4 bags of coca noodles yesterday for lunch. Do you want to come into the loo and have a look? Looks like a Range Rover driving through the campsite of the Jimi Hendrix. Damn! Oh, fuck. Okay, let's go.
Okay. My aunt was a Rose in the 70s and came second, apparently.
Oh.
Her neighbour was a Rose the following year and won. Needless to say, we are all brought up to hate that entire family. Who do they think they are with their noses in the air? Sure, they're from certain council estate.
You know, that's literally how the trouble started. That's the Trouble's origin story they don't want you to know. You don't see fucking Jamie Dornan winning BAFTAs for that, do you? No, because it's not real, Mark.
Like, it's high stakes, lads. Being in the roses, tough going.
Really?
Like, with Ives Kerry Rose, there's a lot of pressure on the Kerry Rose.
Did you-
Home Rose, there's people betting on you. Like, when I didn't win, the amount of people that came up to me in town the week after were like, I'd load money on you.
What, so like you're just walking through the town in Kerry, obviously like pigs running across the street, straw everywhere.
Like throwing eggs at me. They're like,
Shame.
shame on you.
So you're on just like a bit busy, thoroughfare in Kerry, like standard Kerry streets. There's like obviously haystacks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just shit in the streets. Like,
Yeah.
riding donkeys. It's like the wild.
Oh, they full of Star Wars. I don't care. I don't care that one person once saw J.J. Abrams in a coffee shop 7 years ago. It takes 6 fucking days to get there. I might as well walk to Cornwall, okay? Yes, it's lovely. Yes, the Brennan brothers are brilliant. But like... Anyway, so when you were on the Rose of Tralee as Kerry Rose, what sort of comments would you get from people, like, aside from the sordid smut online?
Yeah, So I went in I visited a lot of hospitals. I was doing really good things. Nursing homes, that's schools. And
So was Jimmy Savile, by the way.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but
Mark,
no, but like, let's
Mark
just...
in the
You
Rose
don't
of
just
Tralee.
get a carte blanche of, I went to hospital, so did Dr. Mengele. So, history buffs.
No, far too niche.
Yeah, that's
Harold Shipman had a PhD, motherfuckers. Let's go on. So anyway, you've done nothing wrong.
I went in to local hospital and the receptionist was there and she like looked me up and down and she was like, wow, she's like, you're way better looking in person. And I was like, oh. And she goes, oh, take that as a compliment. She was like, that's meant to be a compliment. And I was kind of like,
I love when somebody says something to you and they tell you how you should take it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then another woman was like to me, are you going to wear your hair up or down on the TV night? And I said, I'm going to wear it up. And she goes, you look more like a woman when your hair is down. So I was like, sound. I was like, thanks. Yeah.
The whole in-person thing I always get.
Yeah.
It's people like, oh yeah, you know, like you're actually, like they always say you're tall and stuff. People always think they're surprised by, because I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
But from listening to me, people...
Are you actually?
Yeah. Why are you saying this again? Do I just give off shrimp syndrome? Like, do you know what I mean? What is this? They're like, vegan, tiny little man. Do you know? He's a wee shite of a man. And I just clearly have wee shite of a man energy, and that's what...
I actually have never noticed her height.
Okay, look, I'll stand up here, look. Ready?
Stand up there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because your personality.
Yeah, but what is that? What's
shines, it's like,
the quiff ad's 3 inches.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, you know all about things that are 3 inches, Chief. Anyway, but people always say that to me. They also give me the old, like when they meet me, right, like out in person, I'm chatting to them and stuff, they're like, you're actually such a lovely guy. I'm like, why the actually? What were you expecting, Adolf? Because I do a bit of light roasting on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Were you expecting to be go, oh, your nan looks mental also, your child is ugly? Like, do you know what I mean? What were they expecting me to say? Hit them with these hard truths. Do we have any more, Michael?
Yes, we do.
Hit me.
Okay. Let's change it up a bit. Okay, a bit of a wholesome Rose of Tralee story, and probably off topic. But my grandmother was obsessed with Daithí O'Shea. She kept an RT guide with him on the cover of it for years on the coffee table, and we did eventually bury her with that guide. But when she unfortunately got dementia, she moved in with us and watched a recording of the Rose of Tralee on loop for weeks. Because each time was like the first time, then just dementia in brackets, and it wasn't so much about the rose of the rose or the competition. It was all about Daithí.
It is all about Daithí, though.
No
one actually cares about the roses. It's just about Daithí.
He's unbelievable, like.
He is incredible.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It's. I think we are genuinely, some of the presenting talent in Ireland is like, people don't realise how unbelievably difficult a job that is.
Yeah.
It is impossible. Like, and he puts everyone at ease. Like, he's the same with absolutely everyone. And like, he can get a bit of crack out of you. Even some girls who are so nervous, he can just really...
Yeah.
Like, calm you down.
Well, I knew that when I found that when I did Brendan O'Connor's interview for my best-selling book that came out last year, available still online in an all decent, reputable bookstore. No, but I remember when I went on to Brendan O'Connor, I was really nervous. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to do this because, like, panic attacks, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I sat down, he just, like, the way he asked a question... You genuinely forget about everything else. Like, you forget about the room, the mics and all the rest. And it is such a gift. It's such a gift to be able to just, like, talk to people. And I think it looks effortless. But for something to look effortless requires an inordinate and almost inhuman ability.
Yeah, and it's all subtle what he does.
Yeah.
And he's the exact same. And, like, I've done a few bits with him now, like, down on the stage show and stuff. And every time, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but every time I go into the studio, I hear him in the green room. And all I ever hear him say is, like, you're always out for a few pints last night. I'll go for a few pints tonight. And then he'll come over to me and be like, might meet you now during the summer for a few pints.
Yeah.
Man.
I remember I won a competition with ITV when I was 14 and Philip Schofield said the same thing to me. Was it pints? I don't know if it was pints he was suggesting though. It was something.
So you've Catherine now as well. You've Catherine Thomas and Daithí. Now I know it's really bad, but I would prefer to always get Daithí on the stage.
No, Catherine Thomas is the GOAT.
Catherine is...
Her on Operation Transformation is just unbelievable. Sorry, and New Frontiers, that would be my dream show.
Oh no, that was a lethal show.
again, with Catherine Thomas, there are so many people that, like, people do not realise how hard it is to do what they do. I remember about 2 years ago, I got some Instagram job, one of those real slop ones, where it's like, oh, we just want you to present this thing. And I'm going, yeah, cool, I'll do that in my sleep. And then you try and do it and you realise, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, presenting to camera in a way that's not like, just, you know, I'm not describing this well. If I'm doing something that I find funny, I can do it, no bother. But if someone says to me, here's a script, and it's like, hey, welcome back to the fucking cheese factory. Today we're licking Kilmeaden off Madel O'Brady's legs. Do you know what I mean? Or whatever. It's so tough.
Do you know, I just got a light bulb. You should host the Rose of Tralee.
Well...
Yourself and Darren. Oh, magic.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it would bring in the viewers.
What do you mean? You know, when someone's like, you know, when someone's pretending, they're like, what? Sorry. I look like Nadia Ford. What do you mean? In that picture? But how? Is that not just... It's just a picture of me from the side, though. What do you...
Guys, you wouldn't believe what
How do you think you'd act if you were like the host of the Rose of Tralee?
I think I would be genuinely terrible. I'm going in a different direction. I'm sort of more like the Louis Theroux on E, sort of like, that's the vibe. Darren, Rose of Tralee all day, or something like that. But no, not me.
You could do like a social media gig.
I could do, do you know what I'd love to do? I remember Alex Zane on MTV. He used to go around like music festivals and stuff and like do that sort of, you know, basically like talking to people with microphones, which I think 99.9% of morons on Instagram do now. Hiya, I'm here today with Dungo Fuel. It's the new fucking burger that has vegan calories in it. And we took to the streets of Dublin to chat to. So here we are, lads. And what's your favourite crack for the weekend?
That's literally morphed out from, I don't know what accent you would into this.
But it's all just... And today we're standing outside. So, girls, what would you say your perfect electric picnic day would be, would you say, in the festival of crack and banter? Probably a bit of sea moss and kneecap with the kneecap. And then, like, to be totally fair with the amber leaf, I have to actually say... Do you know what I mean?
That's my greatest fear, is being down Drury Street and someone coming up to me with a microphone.
My greatest fear is being down Drury Street. Culture is fucking over. Pants never need to be that wide. Mullets never need to be that ubiquitous. Personalities never need to be that fucking downloadable. These templates of characters are... No. Welcome back to the Rose of Tralee. Anyway...
I have one more.
Carl Mullen's going to be here in 5, so hurry up.
He's MCing this year.
What?
Yeah, he took over from Will Leahy.
I was going to jump in when you were doing your bit, but Carl Mullen is actually Master of Ceremonies this year.
He was an escort.
He will be absolutely unbelievable at that.
Class. Yeah. He's
sorry, Carl is someone now.
Yeah.
He should have that gig.
Yeah.
He has that sort of, he could do a 30-year tenure as like that. Remember seeing him on Dancing with the Stars? Because I'm not a massive radio person, but like, seeing him on Dancing with the Stars, you go, bang. That's sort of like, he appeals to everybody, but he is like funny, but is very likeable.
Yeah, really nice.
You see, that's my thing. I'm not very likeable.
Yeah.
You very much were like, yeah, no, you're not. Well observed, Mark. Everyone in the studio nodding along, like, yeah. Somebody giving the thumbs up from out in the hall.
So self-aware.
Yeah. Very true. Bastards.
Carl was also an escort.
He was.
He was.
Yeah,
was like 40
But then he started
years
getting work in RTE. Brilliant.
Good man.
Brilliant.
It's like a bit of social climbing, lads.
Yeah.
There you go.
Rose
Built it
Tralee.
up. Right.
Look at me. I'm on the Mark Megan podcast.
At least you said Megan and not Mohagan or something. Right. Let's go.
I had a mate that was an escort at the Rose of Tralee. He said it's basically an orgy. Escorts hooking up with roses everywhere. Then the girls go up on stage and pretend to be all wholesome and pure when they're riding rings around themselves.
Okay, well,
No.
I don't think people are going up pretending to be virgins.
No, he's got a little bit wrong there. He's got a little bit twisted. The riding happens after the TV shows. Okay. You're not allowed to do anything the first few nights.
Well, yeah, it's not televised intercourse, Aidan. Like, you know what I mean?
I know we've got the Carlo Rose. She'll be doing the reverse cowgirl with Danny. Danny's from Finglas and he works as a labourer, so he's got burly hands and he's going to molest her ass cheeks, move the buttocks beneath.
Do you know what I mean?
There is a lot of riding, though, I will say. There's
Really?
a lot of swapping and...
Sorry?
Swapping?
Well, not swapping.
Well, you've said swapping.
No, like, as in,
That's a
like,
very
you know,
specific word to use in the context of shagging.
It's like, do you know, it's like being at a teenage disco. You shift 6, you get topped by 1.
As I said to you, the first time, I always remember the first time I was topped.
That you were topped?
Yeah. I was a husky boy. Then at the end of the pier in Sea Point, she went for both hands.
Oh, Jesus.
Sort of warm. She was wearing Curious by Britney Spears.
Wow. But he is right.
They're not like power bonds. There's actually like multiple, encounters with different people.
You've like 33 single men. Well, they're not all single. 33 women. If they're single, of course you're gonna. You're in this pressure. Like it's a pressure-filled zone for like 2 weeks, and then once the girl is crowned on the Tuesday night, the rest of us were told like take off the sashes and just disperse.
Right.
And then like you're drinking with them for like a week.
Okay.
So then it just goes wild.
And
It's like
do the escorts get with their respective roses, or is it kind of mingling?
the mingling.
The Garden
You
of
might
Eden.
have your eye on, and then well, there is a bit of a caveat here because before the actual festival, you go to the Galway races and the Killarney races, and sometimes the escorts do end up coming on those trips.
Steady
They're not
on.
supposed to. Like I've been on nights out where I've shifted like 3 fellas. Do you know that kind of thing?
Okay, genuinely, gloves are off here. When's the last time you've shifted more than one person in a night?
I remember it.
When?
No, it was a long time ago.
Like how long?
I actually
No, shifted. Just kissed.
shifted. Oh, it was. No, it was a long time ago. Like
How long?
It was Halloween, and I
Sorry!
basically
Halloween 24!
No, it was.
I was thinking like the junior
No,
sirs.
right. I must have had an aura about me that night because I had tried to do like really elaborate face paint, but I gave up, and then I just slathered myself in like white paint, and then I put on a pair of sunglasses, and I had a shirt on, and someone put a condom on the pocket of the shirt.
That'll do
and
it.
I shifted, I'd say like 6 fellas like.
That'll do it.
And like I'd never do that in a normal night. Like if I look normal,
Well, you never walk around with a condom in your shirt pocket.
that was a few years ago now. Do you know what I mean?
What was the
This
cost?
is before.
White face in the shirt.
Who is? I've seen like what evil spirit is that supposed to be? The cop monster, like, you know what I mean?